And we are live. I'm here with Taka, the Cat Mhandu. I'm so glad we've finally got to do this, Taka.
I know, so I've been looking forward to it as well, Katie. You're one of the few people I enjoyed doing interviews with, so I was looking forward to it.
Oh, thank you so much. I've been looking forward to it too. I've been looking forward to your return to the cage. I'm so excited for Cage Warriors Dublin, and just whenever I see your fights announced, I'm buzzing. But Rory Evans, that is a great fight.
Yeah, no, Rory Evans is a great fight. It's a great step up in competition for me, and
Yeah,
it puts me right in it puts me right into alignment for bigger fights that I want, and kind of that fights are going to lead me to the title eventually, closer to the end of the year, if not sometime at the start of next year. So yeah, he's a great step up in competition, and I respect Rory's skills and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to the fight. I'm looking forward to the challenge, but I'm ready to rock. So I've been ready to go since like probably like a month ago. So I've been dying
yeah.
there. So I'm looking forward to going in and doing my thing.
I feel exactly the same about this fight because he's got double the number of fights as you, and he's fought some huge names. He's obviously fought the current champion, Liam Gittins. He's fought Josh Reed, Jack Eglin, and he's got a win over Wesley Meyer, which is obviously huge. I feel like a win over him really does set you up in this division, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it really puts me up there, and it kind of progresses my career exactly where I wanted to be going. I want to be getting those bigger fights in the promotion and kind of get myself
Yeah,
the belt. So, like, I think this is the best fight that I possibly could have gotten at the stage where I'm at now, and looking forward to to test myself against Rory, because, like you're saying, he's fought the current champions. He's fought Liam now. He's fought Liam. He fought Wesley Moy. He fought Shirzad as well. He's fought a
yeah.
so like he's a really good test to kind of move myself on. So I can't wait for it. I'm ready for it, and I've just been literally just I've been excited for this one. Like I'm usually
Yeah.
boys, but like I'm more excited because my preparation and everything that's been going on outside of the fight has been going really well. So I feel like that's going to play a big part in the performance for me.
What would you like to showcase in this fight that you think people haven't seen yet? What would you like to show more of?
I want to showcase more of my hands. I feel like in the last fight I was a little bit hesitant, and like because obviously I'd lost in Dublin prior to
Yeah,
my last visit there, and then I was a little bit hesitant, and I didn't really kind of let my hands go, and I feel like that was something that everyone was expecting me to do, and like I've made a huge improvement in my grappling as well, which is something that was maybe would have been one of my weak areas. So it's something that since Dublin as well, like I put a lot of emphasis on, and I know Rory is very good at the grappling. Uh,
yeah,
he's very scrambly. He goes into positions well, so that's something that was kind of I put my mind to, like, and that it wasn't even really anti grappling. It was more just grappling as defensively and offensively as a whole. So I feel like going into this one, there's not really any holes where he's going to be looking to exploit. He's going to try to exploit them, but I'm ready on every single mark.
I can't wait. I really, even just hearing you talk about it now, I'm just feeling absolutely buzzing for it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this one. Yeah, like this. Obviously, like there's still a bit of anxiety where like it comes to, which always plays a part into like when you're fighting one, and it's not even anxiety on like about the fight. It's just winning. Like I just want
Yeah,
to win, and like that's gonna propel me to be even sharper and to be even more focused when I get in the cage, because it means so much. And like that's something that it wasn't lacking, but I feel like the moments were taken over rather than the actual fight. I feel like the whole occasion was kind of taken over rather than just me kind of thinking to myself, "Oh yeah, it's just go out there and fight and just enjoy yourself." So now the fun of it is back, and the enjoyment of the whole process is back. So I love it.
yeah. Is there an added pressure in fighting in Dublin? Because obviously you've had fights far away. You've had good nights in Dublin. You've had a bad night in Dublin. Like, how do you feel like with the whole crowd behind you? How does that feel?
Obviously, it obviously feels great to have the crowd support there and stuff like that, and obviously having all my teammates and the people from the club and the gym and all my friends being there.
Mm,
But also, I feel like it was my first fight when I was fighting in Dublin. When I lost, I feel like there's so much pressure on me then. There was so much going on. I hadn't fought in ages, and then like I'd built up so much in my head, so much media to be doing, and I kind of lost sight of what I actually had to do. Like my job is just to fight, and everything else around that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where it is, who it is, what I'm doing. The only thing that matters is if I go in there and perform. And I feel like I was almost putting too much pressure on myself. Like, I need to go here, finish this go, I need to go do this, I need to go do that. And then obviously I ended up getting caught. And then it was one of them things where like I
Yeah.
was disappointed, but it was one of them things where like it wasn't about the decision on the night. It wasn't about the loss on the night. It was about how I took it, and it was about how I moved forward after.
Yeah.
I feel like when I bounced back, I feel like everyone kind of really seen who I was as a fighter and as a person, because I kind of got back on the horse, and I went at it twice as hard as I did, and I've been getting the results I wanted. So this one now coming into Dublin, I feel like there's all of that stuff is kind of on the back burner. It's just more me wanting to prove that I'm as good as I think I am, and just push myself forward and kind of get to the next step, which is the belt, and eventually get to the UFC. But one step at a time. I've done this before myself. Played the song and dance where you're on a bit of a win streak, and then you're thinking about 5 years down the line, and then you end up losing sight of what's right in front of you. So for now, my main focus is just to get Rory out of there, and then well,
Yeah.
then the next step and the next step. But obviously, the goal number one is to get through him, and then the end goals and stuff like that, they'll come in due time.
There's a lot of wisdom in what you said there, but I totally agree with you. Like, you never see the making of a person until you see them come through a loss and how they handle one and how they bounce back. Some people are nothing but excuses, and other people just get back in the gym, work harder, and want to make a point next time. So yeah, 100%. Going back to fighting in Dublin, do you like fighting on the same card as your teammates? I think you've only got one teammate on the card this
Yeah.
time, right? Or are there more to be announced? I don't
Yeah.
know.
So Adam Shelley was actually meant to fight, but he got injured, so he hurt his knee, a torn ligament in his knee, so he couldn't fight. And then so now Ryan's actually fighting on the card as well. So he had an injury there not too long ago as well, so he had to pull off a fight. He was meant to be fighting on unplugged, so he healed up quick enough, and now he's straight back in for Dublin. So it's me and Ryan, and then another guy called Darryl Ward. I don't know if you're aware of him, but he's been training with us from Phil Petership. Obviously, him, Phil, and Chris are very good mates. So he's been coming down to us to get the rounds in. So it's going to be me, Ryan, and Dara on the show now.
And do you like that? Like, do their results affect you if they fight before you? Like, does it kind of build excitement, or kind of it's emotional, isn't it, watching your
Yeah,
teammates,
no,
I think?
no, it definitely is emotional. Yeah, you're right there. Like, and like fighting on the same card as my teammates, I've done it quite a bit. It's something that I'm used to now.
Yeah,
And obviously, like, it's fighting is it's a personal sport, but also it's a very team oriented sport, because
yeah,
you wouldn't get to where you want to be without the people that you have around you. So obviously, when they're fighting, my nerves are going through the roof. But over time, I've kind of found ways to kind of separate my own emotions with everyone else's emotions. So like kind of whatever happens on the night with their fight is their business. Obviously, if they win, I'll be happy and stuff like that. If they lose, I'm disappointed. But I try not to let that affect me too much, and I kind of try to more focus on what I have to do. But obviously, it's fun. It's fun, kind of like having the process of getting ready for a fight with the lads.
yeah,
We're all kind of in the same mindset. Everyone's pushing each other. We're getting the rounds in together. We're getting pads in together. Doing S&C together. So it kind of really builds that kind of mental fortitude that you're not in this alone, and you're doing this with
yeah,
people. And it's a real kind of like motivating thing to have people on the same card as you. But of course, it does come with its own problems like everything else. But it's kind of just up. It's up to how I take it rather than how everything happens around me. If you know what I mean.
yeah, yeah. It's just another thing to deal with, I think, as a fighter, another mental kind of test that you've got to go through. I know at Team KF you're all mega close, so I know that their results are gonna have an impact on you, but
Yeah.
hopefully I haven't seen the fight order yet. Hopefully you get to go first.
I know. Like, I love going first. I usually like going first is usually my favorite, because I go in there, get it done, get it out of the way, and like there's no pressure. Or like, there's a little bit of pressure obviously to set the tone of the night. But like I hate being the one in the middle. I'd rather be the one in the middle, because like at least someone's fought, and then like I'm going next, and like then I can go out then have a point and enjoy someone else fighting. So yeah, it's either first or second is usually my favorite kind of my favorite way to be running the order.
I don't blame you. I'd be
Yeah.
the same. And then you were talking about like the bigger fights that you want after, not looking past him at all
Mhm.
because he's a strong fighter and we've already talked about that. But say it goes your way on the night. Tell me what the path looks like because Liam defended his belt last weekend and he looked really dominant in that. You've got to think that he won't be hanging around in Cage Warriors for too long. It's quite an open division after that, isn't it?
Yeah, no, the division's very open, and like I see the likes of obviously Jack being up at the top there, Dan Joyce, and I don't know where Nathan kind of stands, and I know he's gone over to the Ultimate Fighter at the minute. So like the
Yeah.
division's wide open at the minute, and I feel like with a good win here, and I kind of because I'm looking to get myself in there, like back in there as soon as possible after Dublin. Like that's my main kind of like my main priority is kind of getting back in there as quick as possible. So I know Scotland is going to be on the card, so I want to stay ready for whatever pops up there because at the moment I really do feel like I'm kind of operating on the level that I need to kind of beat any of these guys. So I'm just looking forward, just looking to see whatever opens up, and I know. I'd imagine Liam won't be around for too long, like you were saying. Yeah, like
Mm.
somebody is gonna have to kind of step in and kind of take that position. But the only way to do that is by win fights, by winning fights and winning them in decisive order as well. So there's a couple of guys coming up that I have my eyes on. But look, it doesn't really matter at the time. Like once I get there, whoever has the belt or whoever I'm fighting with the belt, it doesn't really matter. Like my end goal is to get to the belt and then have it around my waist. So
Yeah.
whatever happens, it doesn't really matter. Just as long as I get through Rory and then kind of keep taking the right steps towards it.
And I think Scotland's only a couple of weeks, sorry, after Dublin. Like, do you think you could like be say it goes really quick, you get the fast finish, everything's perfect. You could cut weight again in that time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely could wait in that time. Yeah, don't get me wrong. It'd be miserable and it'd be hard, but it's for a good reason. Like I really want to put myself forward this year and kind of just take as many fights as I can. And like I'm usually healthy, I'm usually fit. Like unless obviously, like God forbid I get injured or something like that, or something happens in between that time, I'll be ready to step up and go against whoever it is.
Yeah, yeah. I would obviously love you to fight in London again. That
Yeah,
that would be great for me. That's over the summer, I think. And obviously, Cage Warriors go to San Diego now. They go to Rome. That must be like destinations that you'd love to fight in.
yeah, definitely. Like to be honest with you, after this one, I don't want to fight in Dublin again for a while because I never fought in Dublin, and then out of nowhere I fought in Dublin like 3 times in 1 year, and I'm kind of just like right, I've lived it, I've done it, I can say that I've done it. Now I can just go like I've won Dublin, like my first fight. Obviously, I lost in Dublin, so I can say I've won in Dublin. So now I can just be like, right, get another win now, and then like I think I'll leave Dublin behind for a while because I like traveling. I love being in London. I love getting to see you, and I love traveling around. So like I want to make the most of the opportunities when I have it now. So yeah, I think I want to talk to Chris and be like, here, just get me to Rome or somewhere with a bit of somewhere with some nice food after I finish cutting weight.
And have you heard about Cage Warriors prize fighter?
Yeah, I actually did hear about that. Yeah, that's a
What do you think?
it's a great opportunity. It's a tournament style tournament style of fights is very cool. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm into the tournament thing. Obviously, the 50K would be great. I'd
Yeah.
love the 50 grand. That'd be unbelievable. But I don't know if I really be into the tournament type styles of fighting. Like I think I'd rather just a one night get it up and done with because obviously my style probably would suit a tournament style because obviously it's like it's not very grappling heavy. I'm kind of stay on the outside and stuff like that, and I hit hard, so it would translate well into that. But if they do a bantamweight division and the call comes, like I don't know, I don't see why it wouldn't do it. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I think they say they have like the 10 grand bounty as well. So if you call whatever you're going to finish someone with, you get 10 grand. So like obviously I know I'm going to be looking for the knockout, so it's not going to be
And
that
the round as well. You have to pick the round.
big round as well. Like that's even better because that's even better because I know like God, it's a great idea by Graham and Ian anyway, and it's a good way of getting more lads into cage warriors obviously because with the lots of PFL and stuff like that,
Yeah.
nabbing up lads and other promotions. So it's a great way like to off. Obviously, people are getting paid more, so it's never a bad thing when MMA fighters get paid more because we put so much time and effort and blood and sweat and tears into the sport that the more money you get at the earlier of your career, the better. To be honest with you.
100%. That's what I love about it. People are going to walk away with, a lot more money than usual, and that like just obviously puts a big smile on my face. I know what you guys go through, and you're not rich yet, so I would love to
Uh,
see you with the. Well, it's possible a possible 70 Gs, I think, because
yeah,
it's the semi-final and the final. If you pick the method and the rounds, then that's when you can earn the extra 10. So if you walk away, and I think the bantamweight division, I don't think they picked the divisions yet, but it's going to be 4 divisions.
yeah,
I think bantamweight would be ideal because if Liam's gone by then, you could have the winner be crowned the champion as
yeah,
well. And
yeah.
if you've got through that tournament, then that would be a great way to win the belt, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it'd be a great way to win the belt. And I remember they done something similar a couple of years ago with Jack Cartwright. I think Jack Cartwright won on the night and knocked two.
Yeah,
So like like it's the best case scenario. You win 70 grand and you win the belt all in the same night. And 70 grand, it's a lot of money. It's life changing money to a certain degree. Because like when you're doing so much of like obviously MMA is all in. It's like there's no like I can work full time and still train a couple of days. This is full time job. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah.
don't get paid on an hourly rate, unfortunately. So, getting 70 grand would be unbelievable, and then the belt on top of that would be like a little cream icing on the top of the cake. But yeah, I think like I'll see how I'm feeling after I finish this fight. If I finish this fight within 2 rounds and I come out of it unscathed, then I'll be like, no, show what, I think the tournament style is a good fit for me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's the other thing about the tournament style. It really does depend on your style. If you're someone who takes a lot of damage, it's going to be really hard to progress to the next round, even if you win.
Yeah, definitely. Like I can't even imagine if you have that real like walking people down style and like you kind of like you're saying you get hit quite a bit. Going into that next fight is going to be miserable because I know myself after like even after fights that I've had that I've won. You okay?
Yep.
Even after fights that I've had that I've won and I didn't really get that hurt. Like you still have like little bumps and bruises. Never mind if that's actually your style is actually to get hit. So yeah, like I feel like it's be something that's very very style dependent.
Yeah. Well, I'm really excited to hear more announcements about that. I'd love for you to be involved, but first and foremost, I'm looking forward to this fight with Rory Evans. I think it's going to be just a really exciting fight, and you could really, really make a statement in this one, Taka.
Yeah, definitely. That's the plan anyway. Like I literally like I have the finish on my mind, and like it's not something that I want to go searching for. I know I was just gonna open up just by the way I've been training and it's just everything that I've been setting up leading up to this fight. It's just been I know it's all gonna come to fruition on the night. And like obviously MMA, it's about how hard you train, but it's also kind of partly about the skill as well. So no, sorry, not the skill, the look. It's about skill and look, but I feel like I have the skill, and on the night it's just a matter of it just depends what's going to happen on the night. But I'm very confident going into it, and I'm ready for whatever's to come my way. I got there eventually.
I'm so excited to see it. Before we go, is there anyone that you want to thank or shout out or sponsors or anything?
Yeah, I just want to shout out Team KF. I just want to shout out obviously and the ISO as well. Team KF obviously, as you know, it's the gym that I train at. Chris and Tom kind of putting all the hours into me as always. I was only with Chris yesterday and he was doing so he had his kids, so he was going playing hurling, playing soccer, doing this and that doing this and that and the other with the kids, and then he comes down, holds pads for me. And another one of the lads, Omar, who's moved over from Finland. So like it's one of them things where like I wouldn't be able to do this without him, and the fact that
Yeah.
how much time I am from his family and from whatever he has to do in his day to day, just to pop down and give me a hand, it's always appreciated. So obviously, Chris, Tom, and everyone else.
Well, all of my love to everyone at Team KF as well. I think you're just your camaraderie together is just always so special. I love the way that you always follow each other to each other's fights and cheer each other on. It's a really special gym, and I know your motto is "We are different," but I really think you guys are different. A lot of people say that they are, but like it is so lovely to see the way that you are together. So I know that they'll all be 100% behind you in this fight. And honestly, I'm just so excited to see it, Taka.
Yeah, I'm buzzing as well, Katie. I'm absolutely buzzing.
Thank you so much for your time. I'm so glad we got to do this. Stay healthy, and we'll see you on the 6th of April.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate you having me on for an interview. And yeah, I can't wait for April 6th and get my hand raised.
Can't wait. See you then. Take care, Taka.
Yeah, I'll see you soon.